Imagine. Close your eyes and step into the silent, freezing void of deep space. Imagine you are a lone technician inside a lunar oxygen vault when a violent seismic tremor hits. The metallic floor shudders violently. A massive, multi-ton steel canister breaks free and falls toward you. You dive into a narrow maintenance alcove just as the heavy canister completely crushes your workstation. The vault door's manual seal is dented. The loud air pressure alert begins to scream. As you try to stand, you realize your pressurized oxygen suit has been severed at the hip. Desperately searching your belt, you find a strip of high-density emergency sealant tape in your pocket. But the extreme lunar cold has frozen the sealant tape. It won't stick to your suit. Hoping to thaw the frozen adhesive, you press the tape firmly against a hot steam pipe. The pipe suddenly bursts, spraying a violent jet of superheated, boiling coolant directly across your visor. Your helmet visor's computerized auto tint instantly engages, saving your eyes from the blinding flash. Wiping your visor through the steam, you see the vault's main computer starting a decompression purge. You have exactly 180 seconds before the vault vents all breathable air into the lunar vacuum. You reach the emergency override console, but the physical keypad is missing 3 critical numbers. You carefully bridge the circuit with your broken multi-tool, and the screen slowly flickers to life. The console demands a physical security master key, which you dropped during the first tremor. Squinting through the smoke, you spot the gold key tightly wedged beneath the crushed workstation. As you reach for it, a second lunar quake shifts the workstation, pinning your arm. The internal air pressure drops to 40%. Your lungs struggle against the thin, escaping atmosphere. You use the remaining half of your multi-tool as a lever to lift the steel beam. Your multi-tool snaps with a crack. The heavy beam falls back, crushing your gloved hand. The suit's reinforced internal glove layer miraculously holds. No oxygen is leaking from your hand. A severed power cable arcs high-voltage electricity directly into the pooling coolant near your feet. You use your heavy insulated rubber-soled boots to step safely over the electrified liquid. The decompression purge hits 90 seconds. The emergency sirens shift into a terrifying, continuous tone. You find an emergency magnesium flare and realize its intense heat could weld the door shut. The flare ignites with a violent hiss, but the white-hot sparks are blinding in the vault. Forced to guide the flare by touch, you feel for the door's warped structural seam. The intense heat of the flare triggers the vault's automated fire suppression system. Dense halon gas rapidly displaces the remaining oxygen. Your vision begins to tunnel into darkness. Remembering your basic training, you drop flat to the floor where the oxygen is densest. A large piece of the concrete ceiling collapses, completely blocking your view of the console. You crawl forward blindly through the choking dust, sweeping the cold floor with one hand. Your trembling fingers touch the cold, unmistakable metal of the lost gold master key. The purge timer hits 10 seconds. The air begins to whistle loudly through the exhaust vent. You jam the key into the slot and twist it with your last ounce of strength. The alarm suddenly stops as the console screen flashes green, displaying 2 words, "Purge aborted." The flashing red lights turn white, but the main vault door is now permanently welded shut. You have successfully saved your air supply, but you are now trapped in a lead-lined tomb. You spot a low-frequency emergency radio transmitter on the backup rack. Only 60 seconds of oxygen remain. Your hands shake violently as the radio finally comes alive. The rescue team answers your call, but they cannot locate you through the lead-lined walls. Then you remember, the leaking conductive coolant can carry the signal. You throw the transmitter in. Signal received. Your coordinates are locked. The rescue team begins cutting rapidly through the vault. The heavy door bursts open. Blinding light and fresh oxygen flood inside. You collapse, but alive. Days later, you stand alone on the moon. The danger is over, yet something has changed. Your heart still races whenever you hear a warning alarm. Your brain still actively protects you. Curiosity kept humans exploring. Fear kept them careful. Together, these forces built our entire civilization. Now it's your turn to keep the fire alive. Write your battery percentage in the comments. Stay curious. The long walk continue.